Hey guys, it's me. Welcome back to my channel where we talk all things travel, faith, and working remotely. In today's video, I want to share how I saved up enough to travel full-time without being rich. So let's get into it. Step 1. I set a goal, not a dream. Some people dream of traveling the world. They say, someday I'll travel, and then someday becomes a year. A year becomes 5, and then 5 becomes 10, and they are still not any closer to their dreams. Don't be that person. When you have a dream, give yourself a deadline. I stopped saying someday and started saying, I will travel again someday. And I gave myself 12 months to make it happen. I made a vision board. I pinned images of Thailand because that's where I wanted to go, and I counted down the days on my calendar. You don't have to travel to Thailand. Just kidding. But I knew that this trip was a big deal for me, and I wanted to make sure that I made it happen. Step 2. I knew my number. I knew exactly how much I needed to save to make this trip happen. I made a budget, and I broke down every cost, rent, food, insurance, activities, transportation, everything. And I calculated how much I needed to save each month. My goal was to save up 6 months of backup funds while I was traveling. That way I had enough money saved to support myself for at least 6 months if I needed to. The whole time I was traveling, I was also working on my emergency fund. I wanted to make sure that I had enough money saved in case something went wrong. Having an emergency fund is so important when you're traveling. Unexpected things can happen, like getting sick or having your things stolen. I would hate for anyone to have to go through that and not be able to enjoy their trip because they were worried about money. Step 3. I cut what I could. There are a lot of things that I could cut back on in order to save money. Things like cable, Netflix, eating out, buying new clothes. I didn't do that. Instead, I found other ways to save money that wouldn't require me to change my lifestyle as much. For example, instead of going to Starbucks, I started making coffee at home. Instead of buying new clothes, I started wearing what I already had. I got rid of anything that I wasn't using anymore: clothes, furniture, electronics. I sold them on Facebook Marketplace or at a yard sale. My space got smaller and so did my bank account. This was really hard for me because I'm a minimalist. But it was worth it, because it meant that I was one step closer to my goal of traveling full-time. Step 4. I banked side hustle money. While I was saving up for my trip, I didn't touch my main source of income. I put all my side hustle money straight into savings. For example, I taught kids math and English online. I tutored students in my university courses. I painted murals on the side of buildings. I did small jobs around town. Sometimes I got paid $50. Sometimes I got paid $100. It added up faster than I thought. If you have a side hustle, consider putting a portion of your earnings towards savings. Step 5. I trusted God with the gaps. Look, I can't control everything. I can't make my own hours. I can't guarantee the outcome. All I can do is my best, and then trust that God will take care of the rest. I kept a journal of scriptures that spoke to me during this time. I prayed over it daily. I asked God to help me close the gaps, to open doors that I didn't even know existed. And He did just that. Unexpected gifts, birthday money, Christmas money, rebates, refunds, even a check from someone who I lent money to years ago arrived at my doorstep. It was crazy. I didn't hustle alone, I moved by faith. So there you have it. Those are the 5 steps I took to save up and travel full-time without being rich. If you're anything like me, you probably love to travel but hate the planning that goes into it. That's why I created a free travel planning checklist that you can download below. If you're ready to start planning your next adventure, let me know in the comments. I can't wait to see where you go next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.